Greetings. Elder Blacklight here. The name of this video is going to be called Babylon the Great has fallen and can't get up. Reading from Revelations, a book of the Bible, King James Version. And I hope you get this message. Chapter 18, Revelations 18. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power. And the earth was delighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornications. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye may not partakers of her sins. May read that again. I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached into heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Reward her as even as the reward her even as she reward you, and double unto her double accordingly to her works. In the cup which she has filled to her double, how much she has glorified herself and lived delicacy, deliciously, So much torment and sorrow give her, for she has, read it again, how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I'm no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judges her. So I hope I didn't mess up too much, but it is my belief that Babylon that they're talking about is the United States. And the United States is in cahoots with Israel and the mafia, the Zionists. both Hillary and Trump. They have lied so much and caused so many deaths, 100 millions of deaths. I mean, they try to run game, like 9/11, like John Kennedy, So we know, if you don't know, you know by now it's somebody behind the government. And if you don't try to do her bidding, you'll get took out. And the fiasco that's going up on the hill now, I could kind of like read what's happening. When Trump first started his campaign, he was after Hillary and was pointing out all the wrongs and murders that she done. Then she retaliated against him, but he won. But then she had another power, probably the same power he got, backing her up. And they're playing a little game with the planet Earth right now, these powers, because everybody's getting hip to them. Everybody's getting hip to those that are behind the scenes. They have been exposed. Only one that's not hip is the poor black slave, once slave. Y'all got a notion that, it ain't right, but y'all need more proof. But you ain't gonna get no proof. No more proof than you already got. And all you got to do is study, do your research. Go back 6,000 years ago, since when they were in the caves. Then the Greeks, then the Romans. Then up until the present. You see they've been on a campaign to dominate the whole planet. Because they are the minority. And the black man is the majority on the whole planet. So they had to use trickery. Now that they got cameras, television, lights, and action, they can fool you with that. And make it seem like, they are righteous people. But they're losing their standards. And they're using Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he thought he was slick. Oh, Donald Trump, I told y'all in my videos, Donald Trump gonna double cross everybody. He double crossed Alex Jones. Alex Jones had to do the bidding of the Israelites. And he double crossed it, who else? Everybody except the Zionists. The Russians. He didn't double cross everybody. Just one. So I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump he think he bad, He think he done did a strong arm on the Middle East. Now we gonna see who's righteous, because the righteous still prevail. You know, I don't think that no one on the planet is absolutely righteous, because we them all partake of Babylon. But once you wake up, if you really awoke, you won't deal with Babylon no more. You come out of them. You'll just drop everything you're doing for her. You won't work for her no more. You won't spend with her no more. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Revelations 18:11. It says here, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. This is Black Light.